Welcome back to Cosmoteer. My name is Nilaus, and I will be your ship architect today. And I'll be guiding you on what can be described as well. It's not an overhaul we want to do. We want to more do some tweaks to our design because overall I'm quite happy with it, but it needs more firepower because, of course, it needs more firepower and it needs more tweaks here and there. So, facing answering some of the comments I've got in the comment section, one of the comments, like the kind of feedback, like we get really good feedback and really appreciate it, and also very helpful feedback. Like some of the things that I hear a lot is make another ship for, and I'm not going to make another ship. This is about having one big capital ship that's supposed to do everything, and I want to keep doing everything, which I think is super cool. So this is not going to happen just yet. I might do it at some point, but not right now. The other thing is like very consistently about I don't have enough crew, and that's true, and it's also not true. I want to be very, very specific about how much crew, and I don't want to have just floating crew that are just like, oh, they're here and they'll do stuff. That's not what I want. I want to specifically see if how much I need and then allocate them exactly, because I want to optimize crew, because crew will be the most determining factor for how big our ship can be. Now, that being said, what are we going to do today in terms of our initial design that we will then go out and test? First of all, I have moved everything in this zone just for testing and having fun. So we should have a lot of resources here. What I want to do is I want to make more structured storage here, because what I'm seeing is that, as you can see here, they will fill up ammunition and sulfur in here. And that means, for example, when it starts working over in this section, there is no direct connection between this side of the ship and this side of the ship. So they will actually start picking up this, go out in the airlock, start floating to put it in here. That's not very efficient. So what I want to do is make sure that this is the only place I store iron and sulfur. This is the only place to store iron and sulfur. So when I go out and mine, this is the only storage there will be. That means everything else has to be dedicated storage to specific things, so I don't get extra things in here. And even then, if I want some extra ammo storage and sulfur storage, then that should be going to this direction as well. That's like a small thing, but I think it's something that will prevent us from having issues generally. We also are seeing that it generally, when I'm going out and slaughtering pirates, then we are filling up with steel, and steel is not very valuable. And then we might be having a full inventory of steel and then might not be able to pick up enriched uranium or some other valuable thing. So I need to make sure that there's dedicated, always excessive storage for this, pre-allocated. So I know that when I run out of storage for steel, then that's because I have a full storage contingent of steel. Now, the big upgrade that I want to do today is take a look at trying to get the deck cannons here better operational. And of course, the main one is I want 4 rail cannons, because we are going to be rail fanning a lot, and rail fanning with 2 rail cannons just doesn't make sense. They are so close together, but rail cannon with 4 rail cannons, that becomes really interesting. So that's definitely a thing. We need to widen it by inserting 2 extra here. I'm also thinking if I do that, then these shields will not overlap. So I probably need to throw in some extra shields here specifically. And I should be able to, because if we look at, let me just get the UI back. If we look at our resource flow, this one is filling up 10. And that's exactly what it can. Each of these is using 1.3, and this one's producing 0.3. With 0.13, that means 10 of those is consuming 1.3. This one is consuming 1.5, so it should, or producing 1.5, so it should be possible. And so on and so forth, except this one. The lower one is only servicing 8, because the actual cannon part, or the control room, doesn't require power at all. So I actually could shift the whole thing one down and then shift them one up. So the top one was only filling in 8, and then it could fill up a shield as well, a small shield though. I think I want to do that. Then for the deck cannons, what I want to do is I've designed it in a way that if you look at this, then I have made it so that these can keep up with the deck cannon shooting all the time. But as people have correctly pointed out, I don't have the logistics crew to feed it. So my argument was always like, yeah, but it's not really, that's not the point. It'll just shoot whatever it has in storage, maybe fill up a bit more in storage. But aside from that, it'll be just having a good old time, just waiting and be ready for the next part. But that's not actually a very good idea, because if I'm building this to be sustained, but I don't intend it to be sustained, then I've overbuilt it. So I'm going to scale this down, because I'm primarily using this for resupplying between engagement, and this one I'll be relying heavily on my rail cannon, and only the stuff that sort of gets by or gets close or comes out to the side, sort of pivoting fast or circling around us faster, or if there are two ships, they come on by the side, then I want those to be the cannons here to take care of those with massive firepower. Also on the side, we're going to keep these here, and I think we'll be testing that, continue testing it. I think that my missiles will be sort of, they will not be my primary weapon, but it'll be, if anything gets within 450 meters, start launching missiles at them. If anything gets within 200 meters, start shooting the cannons at them. But primarily, we want to take them out with the rail cannons. That's the plan, and we will be testing that out as much as possible in the future thing. So we'll be testing rail cannons. We'll be testing the sustainability of these things. So let's do a little whoosh in terms of our design, and then I'll have a proposal for us how this could look. And here we have the new design, and not much has changed, and that is very much deliberate. I will be walking through some of the things that have changed. Obviously, the big part is that we now have 2 rail cannons. I have moved the power supply just a bit up so that we can fit in some shields up here. That means we have double shield coverage right over the entrance here, and right over here as well. We don't have any shield coverage. Well, we do have a little bit of shield coverage on this front spike. I think it looks pretty good. I think that we are getting all of it. It looks good. We do have some shield coverage, but not a lot. So we do need to be careful. I don't know what else I would build in here. There's not really much I could build. For the deck cannons, what I've done is I have made 6 crew for each of those, 4 into here, and then I have also added in giving them the ability to actually services, and this will be for extra star damage and extra star damage, and then this part will be for the sulfur storage. Down here at the bottom, I've also been sort of pruning it a bit. With moving it up, I actually have a little bit of space here. This will be for the ammo. These the rail cannons are not really using a lot of ammo, so let's just put it in here, the ammo in here, and then have 2 of these next to each other so they get the synergy, so it produces faster, and then sulfur, 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 sulfur. That should be the main parts I've done here. I don't think I've done anything else. Yeah, rail cannon, deck cannons, and the feeding here. That should be all there is of differences. So let's bring it back, make it so. That is going to be an absolute mess to get that sorted. We are also going to see that I'm going to need more resources, or I have already added more crew, so we're up to 162 crew now. And hopefully that will help here as well. Let's see, this is looking good. We're missing something here. We just need to go through and see. Okay, so they actually want a bit more sulfur than what they have. What is also interesting is, if I look at this one can also be sort of supplying up to these as well. But it's very important that this is like my extra sulfur storage. There. That's good. Do I have an extra ammo storage on the side? Yeah, I have this one, which is going to be supplementing that. This one is going to be supplementing that. Do I also want this to supplement up here? Not really, but this one should be supplementing in here. And this one should be supplementing in here. Now that seems a bit weird, to be honest, that I have this massive into this one. You can see the flow from here into that one, into that one, into that one. I want this to be full, because that's the fastest way to input it in here, and the same with that. This also has to go to the other one, and that one as well. Yes, so there'll be sort of a chain up here to go in. If we look at our resource allocation, oh, sorry about that annoying sound there, that whoop, whoop, whoop. If we look at resource allocation, then we can see, actually I think it's easier to do it this way. If we look at this, there are 4 in here. There's 4 in here, but the last 2, they're not really doing anything. They will be assigned to, if we look here, they'll be assigned to servicing this and here. This will be here and here. And resource wise or priority wise, I have added a slight change to my priority. That is over here. Deck cannon, they will now also be relatively high, but still lower on that part. Should be good. and they don't have anything else that is high priority. They are not really servicing this part. Is that just being lazy, or is it another problem? Let's have a look. This will be on the assignment part. Yeah, they should be assigned from here. But why are they not going? I can also see there's a little bit of a tricky thing here. Hold on. That was weird. I saw someone else moving here. What? What are you? Who are you? Who are you? That should not be there. I think I have a foreign agent on my ship. First of all, they will never be. Ah, I see. I see. I did not have those there. And I have that one. So who are you, my friend? I have a foreign agent. Who the hell are you and where are you located? Where do you live? You don't live anywhere. And there's some more foreign agents. Huh. And there's another one. I don't need you. I don't want foreign agents on my ship. What the hell? Is that because I maybe have extra... I might have just extra crew that sort of are just hanging out. Let me just put it in here. And yeah, they are... Yeah, okay, let's figure out what the hell is going on. So let's see anyone who is on default. What? Why do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 default people? Where are they? What are they doing? I have too many crew. Yeah, I'll just figure that out because that should not be the case. I should not have any crew that's not assigned already. So let me figure out where they are located and where should be located. And we found out the solution. It is, of course, always the same. It's the fact that they can't get into these locations because they are locked up in this location. So that's where I need to get them in. There's 2 in here, there's 2 in here, 2 in here, 2 in here, 2 in here, and 2 in here. Now, that is good. And if we look at our roster, we have no one who is default. Great. But we have no more. So that's great. I'll just fix that. And it's also painfully clear here from all of this not being fueled that this was where I did not have any crew. So now we have exactly the amount of crew, 162. I'm pretty proud of that amount of crew. We have everything stacked up and ready to go. We are running. If we also look at our storage, I have said I wanted to make it dedicated storage. So basically I have a full block here for diamonds, for processors, enriched uranium. Sorry about that annoying sound. Over here we have the coils and the hyper coils. We also have some bit of extra ammunition here. Is that even assigned to anything? This one? Yeah, this one should only be assigned to go in here and here. Otherwise they will start sort of flowing it across, and I don't want that. And what I mean by like flowing it across this location so that they will be actually going out. That's not what I intended. Cool. That is that's it for the upgrade. I think we're ready to go out. In this system, we are completely empty. We've cleaned up everything. We have some small things here where I can pick up some stuff if I feel I need it. But what we need to do is we need to look at our quest here. We have one that goes to that one. Can I see where that is located? There we go. Yeah, that seems really, really meaningful, doesn't it? So let's see if we can find that one to here. Let's go to that system. That means a new system that will be much more dangerous than this one. First thing we're going to be looking at is, well, first you need to get around that base. And then we're just going to look at the speed. Not surprisingly, since I've not added any more thrust to it, any engine rooms, then it's going to be a bit slower, well, quite a lot slower than it was previously. That's something we're going to be fixing on the next overhaul. If we look at the ship right now, it looks good. Also just picked up half the graveyard. That's not what I want. There. And yeah, so thrust looks good on the ship. I am pretty happy with it for now. We do have everything here, the 4 and now the 12 thrusters. Oh, and can we warp? Yep, looks like we can warp just fine. Ding! And it's time for us to head out into the new system and just give it a shot and see what we can find. Okay, so here's already interesting. In this zone, we now have 4 pings in one zone. So maybe they are for small ships, but they could also be for medium ships. That's going to be interesting to see that as a challenge we have. We don't know what it is, so let's just dive in and see what it is. Okay, they're coming in pretty hot, so let's slow down. Like, oops, not jump, slow down completely. And okay, so here is how I want to engage. Let me just get them inside radar. There we go. They're inside radar. There we go. And notice this. This is a level 6 ship. So if we have 4 level 6 ships, that's something. It has a big area here. It has disruptors. It has a big cannon. I'm going to be carving straight through because there's really no reason to do anything else. Sorry to say that. I want to avoid this, but I also want to make sure we do that. And I want to maintain my distance. So I'm going to be firing all my 12 thrusters to try to maintain the distance. There, it wants to get a bit closer, but I really needed to be pushing back at this point. I have set my guns here to fire at target. I have set my my rockets to be fired at will. That means anything that comes in range will be shot at. That's probably not good. We'll set it to fire at target. Yeah, the advantage of fire at will, if something comes on the outside, then it'll just start firing. The disadvantage is that if they get close, but they're almost dead, then they might fire a barrage. I'll try to keep them off for now. But our main objective here will be using the rail cannon, and we are nice and slow. There. Okay, it's already coming in. So let's just see what comes in. Okay. And that was 2 shots. Like, that was the middle 2 shots that went out. So if we start with the rail fanning part, where we just go like this, then that was good. And then we kind of ignore this one, and we focus on the next big ship, that one. And now all I need to do is rail fan my way over here. And I could just have the little shoot at this, then fire at target. Let's just take you out with with pretty big rockets. Probably going to be difficult on such a small ship. And they are rail cannons. They're going to be here. And I will be going out and then be ready to rotate. And they're still firing the thrusters. That goes through. Good. And we are just getting a barrage of shots in. I don't even know what it is, but my point defense is doing just fine. Well, this kind of seems to be, you'll be going off again, and we are here the rockets. They are just not able to hit a small target. But the good news is that we are actually testing our deck cannons. So in this small one, we can't really get our shots to bear. Let's have a look at the rail cannons. How are they doing? They're shooting. They're still being brought in. Good. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, those rockets are probably pretty good. We'll mark these for later. Oh no, we took damage. There's not even a scrap left of the little ship out there. Oops. And these are just hovering. Cool. And there's one more. But before that comes in... Oh no! Repairs. I don't know if you're flying in or out, but we need to take care of you. Oh, there you go. A marigold. Okay, that's a very, very small ship. So... we just want that. And you're at fire at will. I'll just... there. Just pivot past it. No? That's very much overkill. But hey, looks good. Stuff is working, and I'll be collecting the debris and moving on. Coming up on the second area here. Let's see, this is one big ship, it looks like, so that's gonna be interesting. I have a really big problems with the fact that it's not fast enough, and I want us to pay attention up here because I have seen some weird things. Like sometimes it'll fire the reverse thrusters while going forward, and I don't like that. Okay, we're gonna be holding, and there, now we have it. Okay, what is that? That is I love these ships. They're so well designed. Too bad we have to kill them. And look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 shields up front, 6 shields up front. This one is not covering, but we have to cut through 4 shields in order to get to these 2 iron beams, but we'll cut straight through and we'll kill that one. I mean, it's 4 shields, that's a lot, but I don't think that really matters much. We'll be firing our reverse thrusters to keep ourselves in range or out of range, and then we'll be monitoring as we go in. And then rail fanning. There we go. You can see here the rail fanning. 1, 2, 3, and then the next one is coming out as well. 4. And there we go. 4 shots right after each other, going straight down the middle, and there is nothing left of that ship. Yeah, rail fanning is pretty good. It's pretty good. In case you you didn't think so. It's just so much better than anything else. And of course, what are we going to do? We're going to take something that is already extremely good, and we are just going to keep making it even better. But I do need to have something. If I get sort of against a swarm of enemies, then that is... We need the deck cannons, we need the launchers, but it's just... it's mainly more of a contingency rather than a sort of a main part of it. I am considering, and that might be a bit risky, whether we should try a fight just with cannons and ammo and just disable our railguns. Let's try that. Just to see how well that's actually performing. It probably isn't. So we'll switch that there, and we'll switch these to fire at target. There you go. Oh, two targets. That might be a bit much, but a bit more annoying. And especially because we're in a new zone that we don't really know what we're up against. Okay, let's get up here. We're bumping around with a little asteroid. That's actually okay. There we go. So that is like a classic, what is it, gun ring rampart. Okay, we're going to be shooting here. And that's going to be trying to go, because they're going to be missing. They will be coming to the back. But our cannons here will not be shooting. Or our cannons will not be shooting, but our railguns will not be shooting. So let's see. As we get closer, we'll try to keep a distance, because that's kind of how we want to operate, but we want to keep at a distance of 300, which isn't really what I want in this case. Here I want to be up close and bruisery, like that is going to be our optimal distance. There, and then we'll also just fire that, just to get the distance. Okay, so this is now firing at us. What is it firing with? Some 1, 2, and then some bigger cannons here. That's a lot of cannons. It's a cannon ship. We have our PDCs. Yes, PDCs. Thank you. That's almost a little bit embarrassing. Okay, that's a lot of crap coming in, but are we hitting anything? Yeah, so this is interesting. Like, our deck cannons are dealing a fair bit of damage. And now we're munching on this. Hold on. Is someone... oh, right. Someone's shooting at the back. That's me coming in from the back with the missiles. And yeah, we're just trying to work our way through all of the defenses here. But here we have it. We are now out of ammo. This is what I wanted to see. Our shields are holding up, and it doesn't really have anything. So let's have a look at how it works on refueling. So now they're all going out there to be refueling. And now they're just refueling here, and then they go in, take the spots, and they are gonna go, there we go, take a spot, and then they will be firing 1 shot more. Oh, they won't, because it kind of died. And out here as well, they are also busy. And the crew here will also be firing up. Yeah, so it is definitely correct that in an extended fight, we are not really doing that well. That is not a big surprise. I knew that, but I also don't really see myself getting in those kind of fights where okay. Yeah, I forgot that. Where I have to rely on this. I'll be fighting, the rail cannon will be doing most, and then whatever comes afterwards will be these ones just replenishing. Interesting how you're also doing this. And they will be getting replenished up now, and they'll be sort of moving things up, like slowly reorganizing things. I'm going to be making a rail marker here, that one, and then I'm going to hunt the next one. Oh, we're taking the ship along. Look at that. Our ship is being, our enemy is being dragged along. And we're going to try again. This time again for just... There you go. It's the same kind of ship. So it'll going to be the same kind of story, I imagine. And let's see. And distance-wise, we want to be at that distance. Rail cannons are still off. This is still going. And I'll just fire it. Yeah. These are not going to hit. They'll be hitting from behind or from the side. So they'll just do whatever damage they can. And we'll fire the reverse thrusters so we don't get too close. Because we want to launch a couple of rockets first. So you are shooting some rockets at us. Oh yeah, they have it from the side. Nice. And here's our rockets. They will... okay, they impact a bit here on the front side, breaking a bit on the shield. Unfortunately, all this debris is kind of in the way. And those are our deck cannons that are now shooting. And you kind of got stuck here. That's not great when you have missiles inbound. And here comes the barrage of missiles. They just don't deal a ton of damage. The PDCs are doing really good work. Like, we're barely taking a dent on our shields here. And we have some good shots coming in from the back. Yeah, do a bit of damage, just wrecking a bit. And let's see, how are we doing in terms of ammo? Yeah, this one is kind of out. This one's doing fine, and we are shooting, right? We're shooting at the reactor, yes, and you're shooting as well. Oh yeah, they're all out. So they fired their barrage and that's it. So if we want to optimize that, then definitely get that in. Okay, we're getting into the squishy parts, and here comes another barrage of shots. We're still not out. Well, one of them is out. And that's when we start inflicting good damage on them. That takes out the shield, and the shield just came online just in time. And now we're actually out of ammo. Yeah, that's not so great. Here comes another barrage. Okay, so they're still firing rockets at an okay speed. Now there's no shields left. Our shields are holding up just fine. And that one. Yeah, so oops. So this is clearly very, very slow because we have to munch through all the armor and we don't have a lot of penetration. But hey, it works. Against the level 9, it's okay. I'm pretty happy about it. It's exactly what I would expect to have happen. That we will be running out, but... oops, that was not what I wanted. And that we will be running out generally, but it's not designed for sustained fighting. Oh, really? Another one? Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so let's pick up the stuff we have here. I'll also be starting marking things like the rare resources when we find it. So let's go back to our rail fanning setup. We have another asteroid field here, and we can see that something is coming in hot. It's definitely on an attack vector. I'm just going to be holding. I'm going to be thrusting reverse, and yeah, let's just go there. And that's the same rampart. Okay, so now we look at it in a different way of just us using our railguns again. Yeah, this is kind of a different experience, isn't it? It kind of has a different feel to it when using rail cannons. Huh. They're kind of good, aren't they? They're kind of good. Okay, let's find some more. I wonder if what kind of oh, I don't want to be picking up that ship with us. I wonder what kind of ships can actually withstand like this kind of concentrated rail cannon barrage. I don't know. Okay, here's a gunwing. Definitely not. Gunwing is full of guns. It's a wing full of guns, right? Yeah, it definitely is. But it has two different locations here that we need to fire at. So let's do that and that. And 2 boost so we keep our distance but don't look like you keep your distance, and we'll just be fanning this one out, and that's cutting through one part of it, and then we have the other one, and that's cutting through the other part of it, and that just happens to be placing itself right next to the other one. That's very nice of you. And sometimes we can actually cut them off without doing so much. But the gunwing, yeah, you are not going to be a challenge, are you? What? Someone's shooting at the back. And then take the other one out. That's just one. Pivot back. Got it. Parking with the other ones. Yeah, so that seems like we did okay for this. Let's harvest the resources, and if we look at our ship here, we still have a lot of space. This is all reserved for steel, and aside from that, we are starting to fill up on pretty much everything else. So let's tool up and then head back to that station for our sort of greeting cards and some quests. And there we go. Let's see what the station has to offer for us. Visit, yes. And we have a rescue station. Do we get? Yeah, look at that. We get up to 1500 for the level 10 missions. Level 9 missions do not get anything for. No, we want level 10 missions then. Well, Pirate Hunters we do get. Oh, we get all the way up to 2000. Deliveries, don't get anything. Enriched and gold, no thanks. Explore, sure. And we already have a few. Wow, that was a lot of missions we already completed here. Unfortunately, they didn't give us anything. We need to get, yeah, these ones, we don't want to be fighting whoever is the resident here. We don't want to do those faction conflicts. It's kind of weird that those faction conflicts are just, yeah. This is, I think it's one of these things is like, it's a game in progress. And like Galactic Fame, this is the one we're focusing on. We are up to Prominent. And Monolith Cooperative, we're friendly. That should, what is it? Mission credits, rewards increased by 20%. Resource crew and blueprint prices decreased. Wanted pursuit ships, okay. And the Centauri Imperium. I don't know. I mean, I feel that we should be starting a war with someone just for the hell of it. And I don't know how that works. So if you know how that works, let me know. And of course, something that's called a Galactic Imperium, Centauri Imperium. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a good one to take a look at. And I suppose that if you look at this, then we can see sort of the split of the ships, how many of each. I don't know if you start going to war with them that they will decrease. For example, here we have the Centauri Imperium, and if we just go in here and then start slaughtering them, then I don't know. Will that decrease? I don't know. We'll find out. That's kind of difficult. And I think that's the highest. Like 16 to 18 is the highest. So I think we are going to be clearing a bit out here. We want to take out something that's going to be dangerous. Something we're going to be target area, renegade bounty, clear asteroid field. None of these are going to give us anything. But that's the rescue station. And wasn't there also another one? Oh, hold on. While we're here, we should also be doing just a little bit of trading. Basically, when it comes to trading, we just look at the stuff that we want to trade. Now that we are constrained here, we don't really want to sell all of this. But, you know, selling all of this, selling all the stuff here that we can, by all means. I don't want to sell trade steel. I don't want to sell any of these things, and I don't want to sell this. This is just worthless to sell. We could sell Hyperium, for example. It gives 25 each. It's kind of not worth it. I mean, we can sell half of what we have. We're not really warping very much. Selling this part is completely irrelevant as well. And I do have a little sneaking suspicion that we have enough money for what we want. Oh no. Oh no, I ran away. Oops, that's not good. That's not great. Let's try that again. You can't run away during a trade, can you? Well, you can. Let's try again. Sell and sell all of this as well. Sell all of that. We're gonna get more of this anyway. So let's just sell a lot of what we have. I'm not bothering selling ammo. It's too worthless. There, just add more. All right, so this is a good way to just get a little bit of extra cash and a bit more room in our ship. We want to make a few factories as well, just because, so that we find titanium, then we can do some upgrades for that as well. Got enough. We didn't lose any crew. How many can we get? We got 34 souls that we can recruit. That's pretty good. So that means we do start having some space for expansion, which is what I'd like. All right, so let's finish up with shouldn't there be a pirate base? All right, so we couldn't find a pirate base, but here is a rescue mission. So let's hope the rescue mission is also a bit challenging. Just a little bit. It doesn't look like it. It looks like there are two laser platforms or some two platforms of sorts, and then a single perhaps vehicle or starship, I guess. Space scrap is what it's going to be in very, very short order. Okay, so there's a big ship here. Okay, a metal hopper. Well, let's 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 actually just carve straight into that one immediately. Yeah, we should be able to just hit it now. So it's gonna be fanning a bit. Yeah, we just. Oh wow, wow, that was not even fun. Okay, here's an interesting ship. It is. I'd like to cut through this part, even though it's like the furthest distance. It will probably pop the reactor first, but you know, it's a good idea. So we'll be fanning it out here because we're at a bit of a distance, and let's just get it a bit lower. How's our distance? It looks okay. Looks okay. No? There we go. Look at that. Pew, 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 pew. Those 4 shots, it just, well, just annihilated. So that was 2 level 9 ships, and they didn't even know what hit him. They literally didn't know what hit him. It was outside their radar range, I would imagine. So, you know, I think that was pretty good. But I also think that we are going to have to find something more challenging if this is going to continue, because it's too easy. What we will do now is, well, we'll be seeing this friendly station, rescue the station. Yes, please, we got a bit more, so we get more. We got, more money there, and then we can, look at that, we get level 10 missions. We actually get reputation for these, so that means, like, level-wise, and a pirate base. Ooh, that's a good one. You know, maybe I should be sort of saving these pirate bases until I get higher up, because this one continues to work. Yeah, I'll do all the other ones first. Uranium delivery, mine delivery, don't care. We can explore that one. Great. So now we actually have missions that are valuable for us, but we don't have any difficulty. So what I'm going to be doing now is we are going to make the ship bigger, because of course that's not going to happen in this episode, but I'm going to be doing some work on getting it bigger and trying to figure out what other things we'd want on the ship. So if you have ideas for what else we want to get on the ship, we have 48 souls that we can get. Let's see. And there might actually be even more, because this is only up to 1255. So we can get, like, we could actually start making a separate fleet, because this ship is performing really well. But I would like to sort of extend it out here and extend it everywhere, and basically just get it to fill up the entire box here of just massive shipping. So anyway, that is going to be it. I'll be streaming this game tonight, so if you watch this video immediately, then come on over to Twitch TV/Nilaus at 8 p.m. Central European Time, and then I'll be streaming there and just testing out some designs and just doing some cleaning up for perhaps this sector as well. So that's a good opportunity for you to yell at me directly instead of in the comment section, so hope to see you there. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support in this series. I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Until then, take care and stay effective.